Mm. Okay. Let's just say I won. That was a really good game. Yeah, okay, so I want to see if you guys have any questions here. What's going on? Uh, do you think they'll introduce computer opponent options for FFA or 2 down the road? Computer opponents, that would be interesting, but that might be tough because no one's written an engine to play 2v2. And it might be much harder for computers to do that with many more possibilities basically each turn, right? Or each round, the computer would have to calculate, what can I do with these pieces and what can I do with these pieces. So it would make it harder to brute force, and yeah, it would make it much harder to brute force, I think. So I don't think the computer players would be nearly as strong as the computer players that we have for one versus one. But I mean, could still probably be way better than us, just not quite as strong as those. Instead of being like 3,300 ELO, it'll be like 3,000 or something. Um, no, no, Critacular. I'm just kidding. Um, oh, so you're saying you would like sort of the ability to sit down and practice with a computer, right? And then like take your skills back to the real game. Yeah, I understand that. Um, yeah, I sort of see what you're saying there. And I think a lot can be done if you sort of just sit down by yourself. There's no analysis board for chess4, but maybe just look at an empty board and try to picture like some of the cheapos and even play some more, and you'll learn a lot more of the cheapos that you have to avoid and what to look for. Um, and once you get past the cheapos, it's just playing chess almost. I mean, with two opponents and a partner, right? Um, so tactics are going to be really important. Um, what else is going to be important? Tactics and development are the two main things. So yeah, it's been about 2 hours now. I'm gonna play a quick free for all. We didn't quite make it to the leaderboard or anything. I think we're sitting around 1,400 after those games. So not much improvement, not much gain, not much lost really either. Um, I'd like to find someone nice to do it with, and that should be interesting once I can get that going. Um, yeah, someone's already made it to 1,800, so that's really, really impressive, considering most people are not nearly that high. All right, I'm gonna play a free for all. That should be interesting now. Yeah, the reason the stream just went down is because I was on my unless your team is squishy, yeah. Um, yeah, I was on my VPN, and sometimes the VPN servers are a bit unstable. I usually try to shut that off before the stream, but I forgot to this time. Luckily, Twitch is not blocked by China, so I don't have to have my VPN on to stream to Twitch. The guy across the street isn't going to help you? He better. The guy I was just playing with, we played a great game actually. I mean, I think he's much stronger than his rating of 1200 or whatever would suggest. And we actually played with him the previous game against him, but his teammates sort of threw the game. So that's unfortunate for him. You guys have any other questions about 4-player chess or 2v2 or China? I can answer questions about China and Chinese as well, as I live here. I think Trump just visited China, right? I wasn't following it too closely, but I think he's doing a tour of Asia. Trump, my man. He's not really my man, but you have to admit the fact that America elected Trump is hilarious, regardless of the outcomes. Are you dating anyone there? Not well. Yeah, I have been on a few dates recently, but I'm not in a relationship with anyone right now. This is like my third year in China, and I think I was in a relationship for about 1 year and a little bit with a Chinese girl, and it's not too bad because she could speak some English and I could speak some Chinese. So one thing you will find though is that depending on where you are, it's a little bit strange because Chinese people sort of have a high view of white people. So it's like racism, but in your favor. So if you're looking for, well, I should say if you're looking to mess around with a Chinese girl, then that might be something easy for you, but might be easy to find someone. But if you're looking for like a long-term relationship, it might be a bit harder. Because obviously you'd have to make that work across continents. And in China, it's definitely like not just a relationship between two people, it's a relationship between two families if you end up being together. Okay, here we go. Ah, I'm still under 1800. Or I guess I must have dropped in my last game. It's sort of sad, huh? All right, let's start with a nice little blocking it off with red here. Are these? Okay. I have to rethink now because I totally forgot about pushing the pawn strategies. Wow, that's aggressive. But I still want to. I think this setup is better. I wanted to attack that pawn, but I think the setup is better where I just fianchet on my king bishop. And here. And ideally here what would happen is yellow and red neutralize each other in the middle, and green and I get extra development as we get to choose what we do right during that time that they were wasting. Let's see. Oh, I don't really want to trade. So now red should just stay there. He's pushing. Wonder if they'll start a non-aggression pact and just let each other promote. I've never seen that actually happen, but it's possible, I guess. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess yellow could promote with one move. Now red may or may not get to promote, depending. Let's see what yellow does now. I mean, I wish I could annoy yellow here, but then I think he would just take, and then red would just go home, so not really beneficial for me in any way. Check. Well, yellow is defending this. Backs up. I think I should castle. Well, let me play this first, then castle, I think. Probably makes more sense that way. Yellow won that pawn. It's a nice move by yellow, but he hasn't moved anything yet except for that one piece. Quite interesting. I mean, I've moved 4 pawns. I've developed 3 pieces. And of course, yellow also has that material advantage to look out for, so it's annoying. Which means I need to start go promoting some stuff myself. Okay, but in this mode I can definitely... Oh, I just dropped that pawn too. Insane. Now I'm feeling a lot worse about my position. Anyway, I can take a lot more questions from chat now because the game's going a lot slower than 2v2, I feel. Is anybody still here who wants to talk? What's going on with green? Not much. And yellow also trading bishops, it's interesting. Sort of unsure why he'd go for that. I guess because he is up in material. And green's getting some very nice pawn pushing going now. which is good for me. Something to deal with yellow and red's queens. There you go. Now it's really time for yellow to start developing, so he's doing that. Okay. I definitely can't sit back anymore in this game because I'm doing the worst, right? I don't have an extra queen, and I've also traded a piece, and I've lost a pawn for nothing. Alright, well, nothing to do for me but push pawns right now. Red should also get a third pawn pushing. Going back to this mode, somehow it seems a little bit less interesting than 2v2. There's now 3 attackers on this pawn, so I should defend. Fortunately, that leaves this knight a little bit looser, but I do have one rook protecting it, which is nice. Green is slowing down his pawn pushes a bit here. Red is well, red's made it so he can checkmate any time now. That shouldn't be something to get too worried about for the moment, though. Mostly because he's to my right. Now I'm attacking red's queen. He might do something like retreat to here and attack this pawn. I'll have to defend that. But yellow blocked off with me as well, so I don't think I have to deal with 2 people attacking me, really. No, okay, he went for this pawn instead, which is defended, so what? Green will promote here. Annoying. Yeah, it's going to be really hard for me to promote. Yeah, it was a pretty big misstep by green, though, to lose that pawn. And try this. Try this out. I'm trying to promote and hope that everyone runs away like a scaredy cat. Like if green takes my queen now, I'll just move away and then yellow will take his queen, so he shouldn't do that. Unless he's just trying to spite me, yeah. Alright, so that worked, that was good. I got one queen now. That's bad though. That's quite bad. So I need to defend now against these threats. Okay, I overlooked that one. I could have just been mated as well if yellow had gone here. Red had taken. Not sure I can even get out of that though. Green taking a pawn. Oh, defended. Okay. Well, giving red something else to think about is always good here for me. He goes back, so that's good. That's very good. Let me edge forward again. Yeah, this game is not going too well. I only have 4 pawns left. I have only made 1 queen, or sorry, I have 5 pawns, but one of them's in the middle and it's going to fall before I can make a queen in all likelihood. In fact, I want to get this knight over to my king. It might be worth giving up this pawn right now, just to do that. So let's just say I don't want that pawn. Well, no. I mean, if green takes the pawn, it might be tough. I mean, he could just take the pawn right now, but then he loses this queen. But see, if here's my problem though. If I move this knight here again, I'm just gonna get shot by the queen again. So I need to find a better square for that knight. Probably should have moved it up and then moved it to here on e10. That's questionable. It does let me do this though. Lets me patch a hole effectively there. Oh, maybe I actually could have promoted there. That might have been better. Maybe. But green should be collapsing completely here. Not sure why he did that. Problem with that is I'm sort of green's partner. So I have to make something happen here. I can attack yellow a bit and help green out for a second. If you're new to this mode, it's like there's no strict alliances in 2 versus 2, but it's generally understood that you should help the person across from you. And that's just come to be through trial and error. Because anytime they're getting ganged up and they get killed, then it makes it so easy, for example, for red and yellow to go promote a bunch of pawns nearby where that person was just killed. Okay, and I might be able to win some material here. No, I think I would like green to help me out, but I don't really expect him to because he's like dead already. I expect red might help yellow out by taking this rook now. I expect that was the reason he moved his queen here in the first place. Yeah, and now my knight will get taken here. Unless I want to basically trade queens, but I don't. But I did rip apart blue quite a bit there, so that's always something to be happy about. I'll take with this queen. You go here. This move is effectively attacking 2 pawns at once. So. Well, now I don't know what it's doing because I don't know what red will do and what green will do. Green might take this pawn with check, or he might do nothing. Which was the best outcome for me. Alright, but here's the problem. My king is now very, very loose. Much looser than it was before. Before that little trade. And I'm not sure, but it seems like, well, no, yellow's still attacking green here, I guess. I was gonna say, it looks like yellow's starting a vendetta against me, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. And there might be some checks that come down the pike here, but I don't see any just yet coming out. I kind of want to move my king back a bit. And this pawn hangs though. I could take a pawn over here, but there's too many checks. Okay, I'm going to move back because there's still too many checks. I should just let this pawn go. There's way too many checks. Okay. I give up that pawn, but the checks are gone. So at least temporarily now. Can't actually take a knight of greens. I'm gonna do that. I might get checked here, but I wanted those 3 points. This is very bad now. Come back. He's gonna check me here. I'll move the knight back, or move the rook over. It should be pretty bad, because I'm still gonna lose something to opportunism, probably. But if anyone checks yellow, then I'll be out of it as well. So yellow's still worried about his king too. Oh, this pawn's falling. Just timed out again. I dragged my piece and it dragged to the middle between 2 squares, and then it just returned to its place, and I ran out of time. Let's see. So if I had gone here, I still would have been checked by yellow. So what was the correct way? Not sure. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry, we had 2 games today where I actually timed out. That's pretty high, since I only played like 5 or so games, 6 or so games. Okay. Isn't it a little risky to castle to your left? Yes, it is risky to castle to my left. Cortacular. And I sort of did it anyway. Maybe I should have waited. Yeah, I got distracted and I blundered that d6 pawn. Your 4 pawn looks toast too. Yeah. Yeah, I cry every time well, I don't cry every time I see my clock move, because I don't see it move. I cry every time I lose on time. But usually the times I lose on time are the times when I don't have any good moves anyway. In that game, I think I was going to lose. But I should have pushed it harder. I mean, green got killed here, actually. So green and I both got killed. And you can see that once one player dies, and the other player who's left in between the other two in the middle usually dies next. It's another reason why you want to help the person that's across from you. So it turns out I'm going to actually get more points than green, and I'll get 3rd here. And the highest rated player will get 4th, which is sort of funny. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. And of course, this will go on YouTube as well. Green timed out as well. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at the chat. Well, I mean, though I said I'd time out when there's not many good moves to make, and it might have been the case that there weren't good moves for him to make either, since he was about to time out. or since, or he timed out since there were not good moves to make. Okay. So any other questions before I end the stream here? Yeah, I don't know if yellow knows about the rule where you can't, where you don't need to actually win. You can just claim the win if you're 20 above the other person. He should just take advantage of that. And he did. Okay. Wow, so good job to yellow. He earned 66 points there in one game. I lost, let's see, I lost 28 and green lost 61, so glad I didn't lose to him as well. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you soon. I think the next stream, I might be streaming for a little bit tomorrow night, but it'll be probably pretty late for those in America, or even very early if you wake up very early. Yeah, let's go ahead and say I'll be streaming tomorrow at around 5. I have to check the exam schedule though for my classes, and if there are any afternoon exams tomorrow, I might have to push it back a bit. Yeah, it's not exams that I'm taking; it's exams that I'm proctoring. So I am not 100% sure on the timing, but I might stream again tomorrow night. So if you can't catch it, just catch it on YouTube, and if you can, I'd be happy to talk to you again. Then, all right, thanks guys, and signing out. Bye.